Wow, the job markets came in today and it was way over prediction. You know what that means. The more jobs, the worse the housing market. Next. Yes, we're going to go over that article as well as several different other articles, and mortgage rates did bump down yesterday, which is good news. All next on Real Estate Daily. Welcome, everyone. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in real estate, housing, and the mortgage market. Now, before we jump in, do me a favor. Check us out on our other social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check us out there. There can be links below, as well as hit that subscribe button. I'm going to give you the best 5 minutes in real estate on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. Now, guys, let's jump right into it. This is from, let me hit it. This is from Fox News. This was from yesterday. It says, homes are now affordable and 99% are unaffordable, in 99% of the U.S. for average Americans. Absolutely, it is. And we're seeing it because not so much of supply, which supply does, is part of the equation, but it's the interest rates that keep going up. Now, as I said earlier in my intro, what are the problems? Why is interest rates going up? Well, it's a strong job market. And unfortunately, because of strong job market and everybody wants to get paid more and the price of fuel keeps going up, this is causing more inflation, and we're going to see inflation bounce. And I think we're going to see inflation go back up. And with that being said, I know that certain industries, and I just saw the numbers, which are crazy for orange juice. Orange juice has gone up 315% in the last 3 years, and it's gone up over 100%, or it's doubled this year. All this is going on, and we continue to not get, the Fed can't get it right, the government can't get it right, and the majority of the jobs that are coming in are government jobs. So the government is causing more job creation, which is causing, inflation to go higher, and the Fed and the government are fighting each other, or are they on the same page and we are just the suckers that are all involved? I see that being more of the issue than anything else. All right, with that being said, mortgage demand drops to the lowest level since 1996 as interest rates head towards 8%. I don't know if they're going to get to 8%, but I know they're going to head that way. And I know that I've seen the numbers today. We're seeing a lot more people really, unhappy about the percentages of the next Fed getting together and raising rates. And that's actually been a big plus, out there, which is a minus for us in the mortgage market or the real estate market. But with all that being said, I know that even though demand for mortgages are down, a lot of that has to do with refis, because no one's refining their house unless they're desperately wanting to pull money out. But more importantly, what we're seeing here is that there's still people out there that understand the strategy of buying homes. What is that strategy, you ask, Troy? Well, here it is. And before I jump into it, click that like button, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you should be thinking right now. If you're sitting on the sidelines, okay, you should be thinking, I cannot change the price of the home that I purchase, but I can change the interest rates. So if I allow interest rates to influence my decision to a point where, unless I can't afford it, it's out of my affordability range, well, then what do I actually do? I buy in a market which there's hardly any sales, and I sell in a market when I have plentiful of sales. Well, when was there plentiful of sales? When interest rates fell, because more and more people felt good about it and then jumped back in. But again, that's when the property values of prices go up. Right now, even I wrote an offer this week. They had multiple offers everywhere, right around the 450 range in the Inland Empire. The actual property was in San Bernardino. Guys can't tell me that there's not people buying houses. That's not a narrative that's out there. Now, in the United States, is there pockets that people aren't buying? Absolutely. It's the higher end, because the higher end, the jumbo loans are way more expensive. Those properties may have a correction, but entry-level homes are red hot because people do not want to rent. It doesn't make any sense. Well, let's go one step further here. This is a Kobesi letter. And again, on X or Twitter, I encourage people to get on here. These people know, they look at numbers and they give you a solid background on what those numbers are. Kobesi letter today, home value to income ratios. okay, DTI, just ticked higher again and are now above 4.5%. To put this in perspective, even in 2006 peak, and that was right before the housing crash, the very peak, home value income ratios topped 4.34. So we're already above that moment, okay? Last time we saw home valuations to income ratios this high was in 1955. So we're looking at 75 years ago, right? Or 70 years ago. This is crazy numbers. Meanwhile, mortgage rates just hit 7.9% for the first time since 2000, and house payments are nearing $3,000 a month. This is officially the least affordable housing market in the world. How can this end well? Well, we're seeing this, right? Back in 1955, or right here, we toppled and went all the way down. But if you look at it, the high interest rates are up here, but these are all lower interest rates. Now, because of lower interest rates, it became more affordable. The issue, though, is that they were building homes. And yeah, was there scarcity of homes? Of course, but they were building homes. Builders were building because interest rates were down. Then as you see, interest rates basically in the 70s and 80s, you know, they hung out, they hung around, right? But if you see in 2006, when interest rates were low, yep, the housing market went straight through the roof. The second interest rates went up, and the housing market crashed because of liar loans. We all know that, the crash. Now we see interest rates are all down here, and where are we going? Straight to the top. Now, we've had a small correction at the top. Why? Because interest rates are so high, but there's no one selling homes. That's the problem. So if you're not selling any homes, then you're not putting properties on the market. And that seems to be the issue that we're having that's keeping the housing market strong. If we saw a flood of foreclosures, and I know a lot of people have addressed me with foreclosures, I'll tell them, number one, foreclosures in the MLS today, foreclosures in Southern California, and that doesn't cover all of Southern California because the MLS covers basically Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange counties. We're under 140 active foreclosures out there. Now, has foreclosures, ticked up? Notice of defaults, notice of sales? They have, but they keep getting bought up because everyone has equity. So those foreclosures get bought up by investors who turn and flip those homes or then turn them into rentals. Either way, the money is there, right? The money is there. And so with that, you're not seeing them really hit the market for months and months later for higher prices, or they're turned into rentals. So they're just, the inventory is not there. And I don't think foreclosures is going to be the solution to an inventory problem. It's simply subsidizing builders to build and make homes more affordable, not to turn around. And we know now they're doing multifamilies and they're selling them to hedge funds who are then bringing in, renters and causing, the majority, the bigger part of the new generation to become renters. That's what the government wants. The WEF has said it from minute one. We want everyone to own nothing and be happy. And I think that Gen Zs, I should say, and some millennials are embracing that. And once you embrace it, you lose all your identity and all your wealth. Gone. That's what they want. Keep you poor, stupid, dumb, and then give you stimmies or give you stipends. Either way, that's what it is. Your family's wealth is based on whether you own a home, and that is not a fact. That is a 99% fact, right? Not 100%, 99% fact. Some of you made money other ways. All right, let's jump into it. What are yesterday's rates? So we went down about 5 basis points to 7.55 on 30-year conforming, which is conventional, but FHA dropped a couple of basis points down to 7.3. Everything else has been steady. The spike happened a few days ago. Now it's kind of been tapering off just a little bit. We're going to see another bump tomorrow. But I will tell you now, I'm still getting buyers out there needing to buy homes, and they're getting, and every time I've written offers, multiple offers on properties, it's not changing. Why? Because the housing market is steady. It's not going up. It's not going down. It's steady. The opportunity to buy right now is here. In a year from now, if rates go back in the 4s, God bless us, because we're going into a market going straight up. And I will tell you this, every single year, the government comes out and they give out their new loan limits. And they are the major problem in this equation, because they keep raising loan limits. If they kept loan limits at the same, the housing market wouldn't have that upward trajectory going out of control. But because they keep raising loan limits, that means money is cheaper at higher prices, which then sellers then can get higher prices for their home, and buyers can buy them for that. That is the bigger issue that's at hand that nobody wants to talk about in this market, because 8% interest rates are the flagship of all headlines, right? Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Gonna get this one out to you, and I will be back Monday with another edition. You guys take care. Peace out.